All right, Shalom. I want to start by giving all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Shema, Mashaba, Shemar HaKodash, the abundance of the apostle, elders, great millstone, Shalom, to I came out to push the word of sincerity and the truth. Yeah, this is dealing with the, harsher crackdowns from the government. The powers that be, they're going to, put the foot down harder on the neck of you blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. We know the elites, the international bankers, the leaders of this society, they have a plan and they have an agenda to really put you Jakes in a harsher captivity than the 1600s, man. And it's through the control of this AI. All right, when you see this picture, it's dealing with casinos, but that's a form of slavery. Esau keeping you in front of the screen constantly, you know, using his devices for entertainment and things and that's not the world that we was designed to live in. You know, you didn't have jackpot machines and all that in the land of Israel. In the Holy Land. But Esau, he's keeping you entertained so that he can secretly push forth an agenda to get you majority of you people microchip. But it says the globalists are going to need a bigger virus as economic fraud is exposed. And that's the truth. And it's starting to be more and more revealed. Like, come on, man. This isn't all coincidental. First, you had the first stage of the crown, the crown virus, the crown sickness, destroying millions around the world. When you look at the death toll is constantly going up. But then now you have different variations of it, different variants, and it's starting to be prominent in these different systems. And you see it's a lot of people that's desiring not to take this this vaccine, but you have a lot of people that's willing to take it. So it's still rifts in the waters, and at this point forward, it's just gonna be hardship, man. Scripture says the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of woes. What shall I do when these evils come upon me? But continuing on, it says, it is a general rule that corrupt economies tend to operate on faith and not on fundamentals. And to be clear, it is not so much about naive faith that the system is stable and functional. No, it's more about the masses having faith that the corruption and instability will never be derailed. Most people are not as stupid as the establishment, and central bankers think they are. Almost everyone knows the system is broken. They just refuse to consider the possibilities that the fraud will be disrupted or that it will be allowed to fail. And Esau, he's an old dog with new tricks. Or you can't teach an old dog new tricks. He's the same old dog, kicking the same thing, trying to, segue you Jakes into this next life. Like I said, and it deals with prominently putting you in a box. Everything you have has to be registered. It has to be authorized from the government, the powers that be, And then you see what they're pushing heavily now. If you listen to the news, especially these past couple of days, it's all about people getting maxed, getting jabbed. A lot of people getting jabbed. And they're trying to encourage people. I stopped listening to the news. I usually watch it every day. I see what type of agenda they on. They just trying to persuade. Because, that's the thing about the truth. You know how to rightly divide the word of truth. And you understand what this devil is pushing. And this is a global thing. These are dealing with globalists, bankers, But this is the fall of the kingdom of Esau, as prophesied within the Holy Bible. James 5:1. Go to now, ye rich men, weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered. Yeah, that's dealing with Esau and his financial system. His financial standard, his structure is being weakened. When you see the fall of previously strong kingdoms, a lot of times they got plagued. All right, you had the Black Plague. I think you had the Spanish flu. You have various plagues, and a lot of times those weaken the government. That's why the scriptures speak about how the Lord would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed.
America will not recover. You know, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Bible. And the financial market, the economic market. I just listening to the news. I think they had, overall it's 10 million job losses, and it's gonna be hard for a lot of people to get back into the job service and actually serve. Your gold and silver is canker, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you. Against who? Esau. And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. And why did Esau heap treasure together? So that he could hide in these big bunkers, so that he could have enough resources keep reserved for him from when massive collision takes place. They're already pushing sanctions on Russia and Iran. Biden was speaking about how and he was speaking also about the proposal with Iran getting back into the basically the Iranian deal, but they cut that, and on top of that, they're putting sanctions on Russia. Biden said he spoke to Vladimir Putin, and he was speaking about if they keep tampering with the elections, this, that, and other, is basically going to be a strict punishment that comes with that. So you have wars and rumors of wars. That's the prophecies in Matthew the 24th chapter. But it says, I'm gonna read a little bit more. Behold, the hire of the laborers which have reaped down your fields, which is a you kept back by fraud, crieth, and the cries of them which have reaped are enter into the eyes of the Lord of Sabaoth. Yeah, and that's the Lord of armies. All right, the Lord is gonna come down and put pressure on these devils for the tragedies, and the travesties that took place against us. It says, ye have lived in pleasure on the earth and been wanton. Ye have nourished your hearts as in a day of slaughter. Ye have condemned and killed the just. Who did Esau kill? The just. And this, them jabbing you is a form of them killing you too. But people don't see it like that. And he doth not resist you. Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husband waiteth for the precious fruits of the earth, and have long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain. Yeah, and that's what it boils down to. Just be patiently waiting, striving, building your mind frame up, building your spirit up, reading, studying, looking into these articles, seeing what this devil has coming down the pipeline, see what he has up his sleeve, and know how to, as when it speaks about it, 1 Peter the 5th chapter, the arrows or the darts of the wicked, when it shoots us, it should miss the perfect if we're doing the will of Yahweh Shema Shah in perfection to the best of our ability. So with this, hopefully brothers are edified. I'm going to end by giving all praise, honor, glory unto Yahweh Shema Shah by Shem Kakodash, the abundance of the apostle and other great millstone. Shalom Amakim.